the video on? Audio is rolling.
Welcome to the Aftermath Podcast, everybody. I am your host, Noah Troxler.
And I'm Simeon Hahn.
And today we have a special guest, Jacob.
Jacob Hambright. How you guys doing? How you doing?
Yes, this is Jacob.
They're doing great. You don't have to ask them.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're watching this. So
They're doing... if they're watching this, they may be at a bad place.
We also have a live studio audience, apparently. You'll hear her laughing from time to time.
Yeah, it's just Virginia from the last episode. We filmed these on the same day. Don't tell anyone. But, I don't...
You just announced it.
Don't tell anyone.
I know that. Okay, so, Jacob here is not only a human, but also my coworker.
Yes.
So, we brought him on.
On a whim, really.
Stroke of luck.
we have no good reason. He's just, you're an entertaining guy, Jacob.
Oh, look, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to be here. I just couldn't say anything else.
Hey, I'm glad you're happy and not upset and stuff.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I know.
All right. So what we like to do is when we have a guest on, we bring them through a set of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So we're gonna ask you these as fast as you can. I'm gonna go, then I'm gonna turn it over to Noah.
I may or may not have some.
Okay, gotcha.
Don't think too hard about these.
Absolutely.
Just know that your answers are being recorded and will remain unchanged for the entirety of eternity.
That's great.
All right.
That's great.
So, without further ado, what's your height?
Oh my God, 5'8". Let's just do 5'8".
What's your age?
All right. I'm 17.
Weight.
165 pounds.
Ooh.
Hey.
Celebrity crush.
God, that's a good one. Lord, definitely grew from Despicable Me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
Got it. Least favorite mode of transportation.
Oh, that would have to be goat. It's terrible. I've ridden it. We can tell that story. I've ridden the goat.
Okay. Well, we'll circle back to that.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
The birds are watching you.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
If you could uninvent one thing, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, absolutely paper straws. Can't stand them.
All right.
Yes.
Favorite food?
That would have to be pizza, man.
All right. Favorite hobby?
Music. Playing the piano.
What part of the human face is your favorite?
Definitely the eyes.
Literally.
Oh.
Is that the answer,
Yeah,
everyone?
every
I
single
was saying
person.
that's the
Okay,
answer,
okay.
everyone.
If you could
Who else are you
wedgie
gonna say
any
nose?
historical figure,
If I could wedgie any historical
who would
figure,
it be?
definitely. I think we're gonna have to go with Stalin.
Okay.
Stalin.
You're the first person who has said like a legitimately evil person and
Everyone
not
like
like
founding fathers.
just like Thomas Jefferson. Be careful what you say next, because
Yeah.
she was one of those.
Oh boy.
So yeah, all right. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I would probably. I don't
You
know.
went from definitely to probably to I don't know.
I would do a really big mulch job at a Biscuitville. Probably.
Don't get paid any money just to see who's on that car.
More on that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is Noah's question.
Yes. Would you rather look like a potato or feel like a potato?
Now look, I've tuned in to some earlier podcasts.
Yes,
Let me tell you,
okay.
feeling like one seems like the best bet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And then this is a bit of a deep one.
Okay.
Would you rather never be able to express yourself accurately or always have to say the exact truth?
Ooh, exact truth.
All right.
And no doubt about it. I would lose a lot of friends.
Yeah, that's brutal. Like the amount of tact you have as it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just take that little bit away.
Times 100. Yeah.
Okay. So Noah, is there any more?
No, yeah, that's all I got.
All right. So we grade this on a pass-fail scale, and Noah.
Definitely pass.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Appreciate
Good
it.
deal.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
We get the graders.
she failed.
She failed.
All right. So now we get into the meat part of the show.
Well, first, I want to hear about that goat story.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Noah.
So basically, when I was around, I want to say 9 or 10 years old, I went to a friend's house and he had a bunch of wild goats just, hanging out around his pond area.
Yeah.
So he was really friendly with the goats. So he'd call them over and he'd pet her head and everything. And one day we decided to hop on one. So we did. We did hop on the goat and he fell off and we thought that he broke his rib. He didn't break his rib. Remember, I was like 10 years old. And then I
So
got on
like
the goat.
any sign of pain he showed, you're like, oh, immediately this is a drastic.
Yeah, because I'm 10 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, he's dead, basically. We're going to the hospital. But no, it was great. And I tried it myself. It was just a very awkward experience. I didn't fall and, absolutely decimate myself as he
Right.
did. But, it was fun. It was good. It was fun for a little bit.
But it's still your least favorite mode of
It's scary. Yeah, it's scarring to me. Yeah.
I've ridden some weird things. I've never ridden a goat. But I mean, listen, Barbie Princess Jeep, that has been done.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It was we were at a friend's house helping them move, and they had a daughter. And so we were cleaning up the garage. We discover this Jeep has a fully charged battery in it.
Okay.
We're like, yes. And so we start driving cruising, man, in this Barbie Jeep. And then my younger brother, it was us and 2 other families, right? One of the other families had kids. And so basically, my little brother ran over one of the other family's children. Yeah, literally just
Speed bump.
It was.
That's right.
He was fine,
That's
but
great.
yeah, we didn't think he was.
Throwback to the one about Bible clout, TikTok, and socialism, kind of, where Elijah
Told that story.
and he named names. So if you wanna know
Who it was.
go back and listen. So yeah, no, that's really interesting. Goats and Power Wheels.
Yeah. That sounds like a Friday night to me.
Sounds like
Goats and Power Wheels.
Sounds like a band.
Yeah.
We should start a band. Goats and Power Wheels.
Goats and Power Wheels.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess having you on the podcast, a good topic to discuss, 2 good topics to discuss, could be our work and our modern warfare adventures.
Oh boy.
So, Jacob, you're the guest. I'll let you pick first which topic.
Oh man. You know what? I think we should probably start with work.
Okay.
Let's go work. Let's get
Get
the
our work done before we play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That's
Now, I don't work with y'all, so I'm just gonna let y'all tell the story. I'm just gonna sort of spectate.
See, but after we
And
described it so
provide
vividly.
probing questions.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
get us to tell the story better.
Absolutely. Welcome back to the Aftermath, where we interview 2 working class civilians about their experience.
Blue collar, going 5 an hour, going out there. Oh boy.
So yeah, basically, we work for Jacob's dad,
Yes.
and you just want to tell kind of generally what your dad does.
So basically, it's a company it has landscaping, facilities, maintenance, and stuff like that. And me and Simeon usually fall into the category of, a little bit of everything actually. A lot of landscaping, a
Jack of
lot.
all trades.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's like if you do this job, it's like you're joining the fire department or the police force because you never get a schedule. You never
Right.
do.
Yeah.
You either get, hey,
Not
you're doing this thing
consistent.
tomorrow, and it's like, all right, we're on call. Lace up
Yes.
those boots because we're hitting the streets, buddy. It's like,
Yeah, it's gotten to the point though where you walked in today and we both looked at each other and we're like, huh, we forget the other person actually wears casual clothing.
yeah, I know, because you usually see me in a wife beater and cowboy boots, walking around. Oh, let's go to work, baby. But now it's I'm walking in here, like freaking Birkenstocks with socks on.
Like sweatpants. I'm like, who is this man? So we the 3 main things we do. Well, it's really 2 main things.
2 main things.
Anyways,
The ceiling.
Yeah, we we cleaned the ceilings at Biscuitville.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Hey, hit those comments too if you wanna get some work.
Get in on that.
And get on that grease and powder scrubbing escapade.
yes. Fun fact: there's
A lot of
actually
flour,
enough
huh?
flour on the average Biscuitville ceiling to make what did you say?
I would say about 2, maybe 2.5. at
Two-
some of the
two and a half
meteor
biscuits.
operations.
Yeah. So it's a lot of.
Of course, there's a lot of other ingredients in there that'll give it a little extra.
I think we
A
can
little
all
extra
agree.
spice.
We can all agree that it's our yeast favorite job. All right, guys. I'm sorry.
Do I cut that out? Do I leave it in?
You cut it out. You absolutely cut it out. It's gone. It's gone.
I'm leaving. So yeah, my gosh, it's basically we have degreaser in a spray bottle, and we spray it on the ceiling, wipe the ceiling, and try not to breathe the degreaser in, because we'll be like instantly add 60 years. We'll be like,
with every spray, we lose a minute of our life. That's how we make the math work.
it's like I'll be working. And you're on like the other side of like a grill or something, and I just hear like obsessive sneezing, and I'm just like, God bless you, and you're like, thanks, and just keep going.
My dad sneezes, like scream at
It's so much. And then our other job is
that would be, you mean like the mulch and all that kind of
Mhm.
deal? Yeah, we got a lot of mulch jobs, right? So when I was talking about mulch, we basically mulch places like a Freddy's, like steak burgers and fries.
Yeah.
Can't tell you how many times we've eaten lunch there because they have so many coupons for doing that.
Yeah.
And then Biscuitville, we'll put some mulch around Biscuitville every now and then.
So we just have our little dump truck, fill it up with shredded wood,
Yep.
and then go and yeet that shredded wood
Yep.
into the designated areas of the parking lot.
All by ourselves too.
All
all by ourselves.
All by
Like
ourselves.
big boys.
We're big boys, guys. Don't worry about it. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. And then every once in a while, we'll get thrown a fun one like a junk removal or a
Oh, yeah.
insulation job.
Maybe
so-
some like rotten meat juice in a freezer. I know you've had an experience with that. So.
I think we talked about that already.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
yeah.
I did talk about
Rotten
that in the
meat
freezer. The part I didn't. The coworker I did that with, it was not you. It was Armando.
Mhm.
It was this Hispanic guy. When I was talking to him, he was like, man, when I heard Simeon, I thought you were going to be a Hispanic kid. And I was kind of disappointed. I was like, well, there's nothing I can do.
I don't know what to do with that information. Thanks, Armando.
I just thought it was funny.
Armando, I love working with Armando.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But yeah, the last junk removal we did, there was compost involved, and we had to shovel that junk for a little bit. It was we get into some fun stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Yesterday was probably the pinnacle.
Oh my gosh.
Of
The
So y'all did an
pinnacle.
insulating job, right? I've worked with insulating before.
more like de-insulation.
Yeah, de-insulation.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we basically, there's this house, right? And it had insulation under it, as most houses do. And for whatever reason,
You're really in a giggly mood, aren't you?
Yeah.
for whatever reason, they wanted us to take that insulation from under the house and put it into said dump truck.
Yes.
And it was bad, dude.
It was terrible.
It was just bad.
Also, the reason they do take the insulation out is what they will do is they'll put a dehumidifier underneath. This is very uninteresting, but the reason they take it out is so it doesn't mold. Very moldy underneath though, but yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll take insulation out, put the dehumidifier in, then put more insulation
Well,
in.
no, they basically just leave the insulation out altogether because the
Oh,
insulation
my
basically
grandparents were
serves
overkill.
as-
They had a
Yeah.
dehumidifier down there and
Yeah, there you go.
insulation.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Yeah, so we had on all our gear that we put like plastic rain suits on over our clothes and tried to like tuck the shirt into the pants in hopes that as little would get onto our like actual clothes
Oh
as
my gosh.
possible.
It didn't last.
But no, it was so muddy under there, and it was only like 2 feet of clearance at the best point. And so we were literally like, you see those pictures of like soldiers army crawling under barbed wire through the mud? That was us.
Yeah, just all day.
Yeah,
and
and-
freaking yellow clown suits.
Yeah.
You know?
Which did not help in the end.
You know, they were out of Tyvek suits, so I was like, "Oh, these will work great." You know, like, look at me, I got a big brain.
They,
You know?
they did not work.
I show up there and I show Ian. I'm like, "Oh, look at these! I got it now."
And then as Ian's
He's
putting it on,
figured it out.
as Ian's putting it on, he's just like, these just aren't going.
Yeah, he's like, I see my arms sweating through this. It was terrible. I mean, the second I lay down, I have it like buttoned up, and it's just boom, and I'm like, oh. Well, this is gonna be a long day.
we got so muddy that so I did as we were backing the dump truck out. Remember, I said I recognized those people who drove by us who we were pulling up.
Yeah.
I texted her, and we hadn't talked in a while, so we were texting, and she was like, jokingly, she was like, "Hey, tell that kid to whip the dump truck faster next time so he's not holding up our street."
Oh, that's so annoying. You know, I mean, for a second, can we talk about how impatient people are in their vehicles when I'm driving a big dump truck? Like, I'm oppressed right here now, you know? I'm
really are.
operating 4 tons of steel with a freaking...
You and your Prius.
Hold on, let me turn it to electric. He's taking a little longer. I want to burn this gas, you know? Like, give me a break. I'm out here. Your country's built on this. Removing insulation. What was it Ian said? Sorry, we're building your country. You know? It's like...
America, built on de-insulation.
Everyone would be hot and moldy and sticky.
Dang it,
without the
guys.
insulation.
I'm gonna be sticky because you made me spit my Cheerwine. Stop being
Sponsored
so
by
funny.
Cheerwine.
This video is sponsored by Cheerwine, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that later. So yeah, that's pretty much
That's good stuff, man.
That's pretty much the extent of our jobs. And then, as it's kind of strange for us working class boys, but we talk like philosophy on the way to and from jobs.
Absolutely.
Like our conversations
Very
in the dump truck on the way to like a mulch job is like
Discussing theology.
it's like
Harvard,
Harvard,
we're like
Harvard lecture.
They're like deconstructing the relevance of time to the human mind. You know? We could have been frozen for 1 million years and never would have even known. You
And
know?
I'm just like, that's stupid.
It's like, I don't agree with that one. Okay.
Alright.
I mean, we even started about starting a podcast. Talked about that. It's
Yeah.
called Two Muddy Guys in a Truck.
Too much.
Talking about philosophy.
The problem is, I don't think the roar of the diesel.
So I was thinking,
It's just not gonna work.
that's good.
So yeah,
That's good.
that's our work.
That's wonderful.
It's certainly our work.
Just look at our attitudes as proof that there is no task too degrading or menial. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just hard work, guys.
Yep.
Hard work
Hard
and
work.
positive attitudes.
Pays off.
Yeah, it does pay off. So
Absolutely.
remember that when you're like, "Oh, I'm stuck at McDonald's." Well, it's a living.
Yeah.
You know, like-
It's a living.
My manager at Chick-fil-A got mad at me today. Well, I'm sorry about that. The insulation got mad at my lungs.
right.
Prius driver and insulation, the bane of my existence.
Prius driver, yep.
I actually know someone who owns a Prius, and it's apparently a really good car.
It is a very good car. I think that's why
Yeah, we-
people
we-
hate them.
They're funny. It's
funny
because of the stereotype of the people who drive
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But like actually, you
It's
get
a-
like 50 miles to the
Yeah.
gallon.
Right. Yeah. Like it's an affordable car to drive, and it's
Right.
nice. So.
Nothing against the Prius. It's
Just
just
the people who drive it.
It's just the people.
Remember, hate the sin, love the sinner.
right. The people who drive it with their chai tea latte from Starbucks every single
Oh
morning
gosh.
on their way to like teach their yoga class and then go to like
Their microaggression awareness.
After that, stop by
Well,
the
to be-
Terra.
To be very
Trader
clear,
Joe's.
the people that we did remove the compost. Compost, very hippie thing.
Yeah.
were people that
Well,
owned
three
Priuses.
Priuses.
A silver, a blue, and a red. All 2018 models. That's right.
Didn't know you could buy Priuses in bulk.
Buy a carton, a gallon of Priuses.
So yeah,
Oh my God.
good stuff. All right, now let's get into the modern warfare
Absolutely.
stories because
Shenanigans, if
There-
you will.
there are two main ways to play modern warfare, video games in general, but for the sake of our discussion, modern warfare, you can try to win, and then you can just try to spend a Saturday with the boys.
I actually did win a game of the team game that we were playing.
Yeah.
The what was it called? King.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Team deathmatch thing?
Yeah, that thing.
You won a game of that?
Yeah, I won a game of that.
But that's not as
Fun.
important as having fun with the boys.
As having
I
fun
mean,
with
with
the
the boys.
boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The boys, man.
Yeah. So,
Boys.
modern warfare, for those of you who don't know, Noah.
It's Call of Duty. If you don't know what Call of Duty is, then we got a lot of work to do here. But yeah, it's not the newest edition. It's because it's just Modern Warfare. It's not Modern Warfare 2. So it'd be
No, it is the newest edition.
right. It's Warzone, but it's based on Modern Warfare. So it's like not
The game, yeah.
Right, it's
I have the
basically-
game. I have multiplayer.
right.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like Modern Warfare and Warzone are one and the same, and then you have Modern Warfare 2, which is it's different. So basically, it's just Call of Duty. They've got a battle royale mode, but its bread and butter is team deathmatch, where it's just two teams.
Right.
Whoever gets the most kills wins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we just like it because it's a huge
Of its
map.
realistic war experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Like driving a
You can drive a flatbed truck off a dam and just like be fine.
Yeah, if you drive an SUV and it lands on its nose.
Yeah.
It's like-
If it skips a frame, you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, so we were playing together, just having a good time, you know, because most people when they talk about playing video games, all they care about is like, dude, how many wins you got?
About fat zero.
Same here. Zero wins on Modern
The
Warfare.
three of us collectively have 0 wins.
So our collective net worth zero wins.
So if you're not a gamer and you're like, what's the point? We're the people you want to listen to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's
You
not
don't
about
gotta be good to have fun.
Yeah.
Now I will say, if you're trash and you try to play alone,
Yeah.
then it's kind of like just playing by yourself.
It's
Which
so
is
good.
why we don't play Warzone alone.
Yeah.
You gotta have a buddy with you.
Absolutely. You gotta have a Warzone buddy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A warring buddy.
A
Yes.
war buddy.
A war buddy. There we go. War buddy.
The
It gets depressing if you're by yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna put this out there.
All right.
I think the funniest things happen when there's miscommunication. And that's
Yeah.
what results in like the funniest thing is when you're like, no, we're gonna take this hill, but someone then decides to run around and they just get like popped in the
Obliterated.
head. Yeah, just
Oh, I thought
like-
we were taken. Oh, well, I was gonna. Okay.
just absolutely. But you know, the best part is driving the vehicles.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Wasn't it you that was on the, or maybe it was you, on the four-wheeler?
That was him. He
That
made
was
it. That single rock hit him in the head.
He got down like this sliver of health, just like dude threw a pebble at him.
So we were trying. There was guys in this farmhouse, and us three go in feeling like bosses,
We're
like
guns blazing.
like we
Oh, yeah.
vault through the window, breaking the glass, and like come in guns blazing,
Yeah.
and then we just all die except for me.
Yep.
And so I'm like, okay, and I just try to run.
Retreat, tactical
retreat.
Tactical.
And I hop on a 4-wheeler, and they're flying at me. I'm like, serpentine, serpentine, serpentine.
Straight maneuver.
and then I get over a hill, and like I have just enough time for us to be like, yeah, you made it. And then just a stray bullet flies over the hill and just clips me, and I'm just gone.
I mean,
It's like-
we were cheering too. I was real in that.
I'm like, go, Simeon, you got this.
Oh.
And I was like, Jay, be quiet. Come on, we're trying to sleep. I was like, yeah.
My parents did get mad at me for how loud I was that night. Because our house is small, right? So if I'm talking in this voice at 11 o'clock at night, everyone in the house can hear me.
Right.
It doesn't matter where they are.
Mhm.
So I got a text from my mom. She's like, "Be quiet." No, yeah. It's just like,
Be
I'm
quiet.
sorry. I'm sorry.
That's great. That's great.
It's a good time.
It's a struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, to talk about that. I don't know if you guys ever played Warzone, but I made a profound, I would say, philosophical discovery. If you know whenever you're loading in and you're going to go jump out of the airplane, your guys look so dumb. Like I can't stress enough just how uncool you look when you're about to jump out of the plane. Like, there's no like strapping on the ropes or holding on to the. You just do this little march out the window, and it's like
You just like
well, this
stand
was
at the back of
interesting.
the plane and twiddle your thumb.
Yeah, you just. It's just. I mean, I was just when I saw it. I was like, "Come on, Call of Duty, get everything right." But
Yeah.
It was just so funny. We load in, and it's just out of the blue. God.
He thought it was really funny.
It was.
It was pretty funny. Noah found it a whole new level of fun.
I was
But-
tired, man.
Yeah, dude. It
10 o'clock's
helps.
my bedtime. I'm an old man.
I actually go to bed about 1 o'clock every night.
Really?
Yeah, I cannot do anything before that.
See, me and Simeon, we're morning people. We don't like to stay up very late in the
We just-
evening.
Like, I'm getting better, but I used to just be completely useless after 10 o'clock. Like,
Same.
I'm not even joking. Like,
Just a
just,
walking corpse.
just
Yes.
my mood is bad. Like, everything makes me angry, and I just want to cry at everything. It's just like,
No, like 24-hour play festivals. I think the one you actually stayed
Oh
at.
gosh.
Because, so basically, have we explained the 24-hour play festival on this show?
maybe.
I'll do a quick run through. Basically, the entire studio theater class comes to the studio. There's 3 short plays that students wrote, and you have to, in 24 hours, memorize your lines, direct, and put on the show.
Yeah.
So,
It's way more stressful than that 3 sentences make
Right.
it sound. Yeah.
but that's just a summary. And so there was only one the most recent one you did, but a while back, you used to like go home. You wouldn't stay and sleep over because everyone was up until
I just wouldn't.
midnight. It
Yeah.
wasn't even that late. It was midnight. And you would just leave.
It's so late, dude. What are you talking about?
It was just.
I got
And like as soon as like 9:30 hit, if he wasn't gone, he'd just be like, he wouldn't say a word. He'd just be
Who,
like,
Simeon?
yeah.
Yeah, this was me
This
till
was
like
this was
2
a while
years
back.
ago.
This was a little while back.
But it wasn't that long ago. It's like this was me until like 2 years ago. Now,
Alright.
now it depends on the mood. I can dig deep down to find it in me.
Yeah, you're
to
making progress.
make it till like 2 o'clock. But my average bedtime's like at 11 now. When I actually commit, hey, we about to hit the sack, boys.
Right,
We about to go to
absolutely.
bed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So just why do you stay up till 1 o'clock?
Well,
dude?
actually, I read a lot. I read a lot of books,
Okay.
and
Education.
oh yeah, they're all. I can't read like a story or something. You know, it's got to be something that's teaching a principle, or you know, yeah, just basically something that's teaching a principle. Like I read this book. It's called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. I think I told you, and it's just about really slowing down. I read it over the quarantine. That was great.
Yeah.
I'm reading this book. It's like fictional stories about, well, it's like stories of the Bible, but put into like a novelistic form. So it's
I'm reading
really
sort of an
engaging.
informative book at the moment. It's about thinking critically.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially now, like it's going pretty much over how people in the media, people like in business, not necessarily inflate numbers, though they can do that sometimes.
Absolutely.
But they tweak with the numbers a bit, so you know to trick you into thinking like a change is bigger than it should be, or you know.
Yeah, statistics, I forget exactly what it was, but statistics were not invented. I think I remember hearing that statistics were not invented to be used the way we thought, which is to show data and
Right.
prove things. They were invented, it was almost something as ridiculous as like an excuse for arguing.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
because they're so easily manipulated,
Mhm.
and it's so
Oh, yeah.
difficult to just objectively measure
Like,
something.
There's some things I'm like, how do you people not see this? But like graphs and stuff,
Mhm.
like 5-year-olds can, maybe not 5-year-olds, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, kindergarten
can,
level.
like, right,
Identify
yeah,
a graph and go, hey, that's
Take a graph and change it to where it looks better, like the information presented looks more in your position than it should, or like what the numbers say. Because and even like stats that are given, truthfully and presented as they were found exactly, can still be interpreted in a way that that differs from person to person.
Right.
So
It's very important. Yeah.
It was like when we went through economics, we were talking about, there was all these different statistics that we were going over, and they can be manipulated on two levels. One is just actually how you present the numbers, and the other is how you record how you measure the things. Because half the time you're measuring something arbitrary. Like in economics, they're trying to measure the negative externality, so bad juju that gasoline and carbon emissions emit on the planet, to figure out how much the evolution tax or the pollution tax should be. And I'm like, yes,
trying to put a price on the bad things that pollution does to the environment.
Right. So then once you get that number, yes, it makes sense to then put that tax in place. But you got to think, how are they measuring how bad that is? Like you can't do that in a way that's guaranteed.
It's like trying to draw a line where there can't be one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So statistics is just crazy. But anyway.
Yeah.
That was a tangent.
That was a real tangent. But hey, it was a good one.
Statistics.
Statistics, am I right?
We went from like Call of Duty to like statistical malpractice.
That's great. So we probably lost about half our listeners there for that one.
We probably lost them long before that.
Yeah, so for my work, I move wood and it's like this
Oh my gosh. So
I saw your background there. It's the meat mountain.
Yeah, it is.
Thumbnail.
Yeah.
We could do some statistics about how many views that video got while using that thumbnail.
Way less. Not many. Way less.
People just saw it when that is not appetizing at all.
Basically, no. See, what happened was the day we recorded that, or maybe the day after, I discovered Photoshop.
I discovered it, and the first thing I did.
That is it. I took that picture, put in our faces, and then I went to the saturation and color sliders and just went shrink, shrink, shrink.
Like 5-year-olds will click on it now.
Like, ooh, color.
It's so good though. Like,
It is really
for
good.
what it's trying to accomplish, yes.
Yes.
So yeah, anyway, but we're getting up there on time, so we probably need to wrap it up. But thank you, buddy, for coming on.
Absolutely
appreciate it.
Pleasure
It's
having
good
you.
to meet you in person.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Good to meet
The
you.
first time these two met was actually in the Call of Duty lobby.
Yeah,
So-
sir. Together, it was great.
Yeah. So now we got to get to the shameless plugs.
Yep.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Subscribe. Oh wait, you just said that.
Say it again.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel also.
Jacob.
Yeah, subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Thank you. Yes, because watching this video and not subscribing is like eating at a restaurant and not tipping.
Yeah. Or like eating at a restaurant and not eating anything.
Well,
No.
Just
no.
if your premise.
first of all, you said eating at a restaurant
And not
anything,
eating.
which is an oxymoron already. but-
So watching this video and not subscribing is an oxymoron.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow all our personal Instagrams. Jacob's Instagram will be linked in the description. Go follow him. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. Gonna get some.
And as I
Some
mentioned
information.
before, I said that this video is sponsored by Cheerwine. It is actually not. It's not sponsored by Cheerwine because here at the Aftermath, we care too much about our content to stoop to such levels to be sponsored by a corporate company.
Right.
That and they didn't respond to our emails.
That too, but that's less important. So here at the Aftermath, we like to choose abstract concepts or realities to sponsor.
In this case, we are sponsored by statistics.
And specifically statistical malpractice.
Did you know that 98% of people practice statistical malpractice?
Did you know that 92% of people watching this video will be 3,000% cooler if they subscribe.
Oh,
Wow.
to the
What about that
That's
other?
a lot of
What about that
statistics.
they're up 8%? What about
They're
that?
irrelevant.
Don't be the 8%.
Yeah, don't be the 8%.
Don't be the 8%. So yeah, statistics, big shout out. If you use code the aftermath in the statistics store, your numbers will come out even more
500%
more beautiful.
more in favor to your own opinion.
Right, right. Because that's why statistics
More
exist,
inventive.
for you to manipulate them to form your own opinion. So yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Till next time.
Peace.